What is up guys, brix here, back with week 18 of Building Minas Tirith in Lego. This week I'm gonna try and finish the rest of the rock work, including the layer, kind of like the path on top, or part of the castle. So without further ado, make sure to please drop a like and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. We'll get right in to this week's segment.
First thing I'm going to do this week is try and finish off at least most of this upper rock section. Something that just needs doing, and I'm just kind of in the middle of ordering a bunch of these big tiles, because obviously if I get one there and then one there, that's like two, and then I just kind of fill around them, but the entire other side still needs doing, because that's literally all the tiles that I have left. So it's just a case of filling in this for the minute, and I'm going to try and put all the brick in there as well. So at least it is somewhat finished then. As you can see, progress is being made. I've fixed all of this onto the side, obviously with snot. It was super loose before, so I've kind of put as many tiles on as I can that is in like a necessary place. Like this one's holding some bricks together here, and that all holds that together basically. And then I've got this kind of other line of rock work, if you will, and then I'm going to try and tile some of that off. I don't have too many tiles left though, and obviously I do have quite a lot of space to fill. I'm going to order another 4 of these big tiles, so I'll do 1, 2 and then 3, 4 on the other side. Potentially kind of move one of these over, but it'll just be a plate short, so that means kind of taking that off, because that'll obviously fill. I'd rather get one of them for like £1 than 4 of those for £1, if that makes sense, because I'm getting a lot more tile for the money, if that makes sense. But I think it's looking good nonetheless. I like this rock work as it kind of fades back. Obviously got similar angle, try to keep it detailed by adding different angles and stuff together. This is the other side also. Potentially put another 3 of them tiles on there, but there's just not a lot of detail then. Obviously I'm going to build the white section that obviously comes down and then goes down again, so this will probably be covered. I might not even have to tile this bit, we'll see, but for now obviously just need to get this last section tiled there, potentially. But all this is done nonetheless. I've kind of not put these plates on fully to kind of give it some texture. It looks a little bit more like metal in a way, but I think it does the job. So I like this, nice and strong now. So I'm going to plate all this last bit up so I can start building on there. With that bit finished off, I've added these on because it didn't quite get there. I'm going to put on some slopes, basically just normal slopes, probably the 1x2, potentially 1x3 on there, but it might overhang a little bit, and that also cover that bit of colour that you're seeing there. Everywhere else lined up pretty well with either just some plates or whatnot. So I'm going to get those on, try and just kind of squish everything together as best I can all the way down, because obviously some bits are kind of pulling away from each other. I mean, they'll be sorted when I build on top of here, but I think just for the minute I just need to kind of squeeze everything together just to kind of give it that, you know, definite togetherness, if that makes sense. More progress made. I've started adding the kind of top tile layer on here. These plates, you can't really tell on camera, but over exaggerated, go like this in the middle. So this side is higher, and then that's the low point. So it's kind of annoying to put these plates on. It's like probably like 1/10 of a plate, because that's all snot obviously, and plates just don't line up over a certain amount of time. It's probably my error, but if I kind of push them down, they do kind of go on, but they're just a little bit kind of loose, which is not quite the effect I wanted. Like that, for example, plate is proper going in there. And then I've also finished off this section here, so you'll potentially see that, so I might just take that off those two, because you're not going to actually be looking down on this. You'll probably be like that eye line with like here or there, or eye. Well, anyway, you won't be really tall, but I'm not, so that's basically that. So I'll be back once I've kind of finished the path and maybe built up this sidewall, something like that. As you can see, this is the design that I have come up with. I've obviously got it going all the way down, obviously not finished, but this is the one section that actually is finished. So basically, I've used these bracket pieces for this, just so I can get this kind of flush tile all the way around, if that makes sense. That's just a white wall on the inside there. Nothing too special about that, so I'm not going to bother trying to show you. I'll show you on the other side once I do that. So I've got this big slope to start with there. I'm not sure how big that slope is, but it goes flat for a bit, and then another 3x8 slope, and then another slope there. I might have that similar to that one potentially as well, because that is a bit of a steep angle, but obviously I don't have to tile that 5 studs worth there basically as well, which is good. So I'll just have the big tiles in there. It's just basically just a load of tile and then plate, and then I've got these little pillars going down. I think that just adds a bit of detail, I suppose. I think that looks good. So I'm going to continue on with that. As you can see, I finished off that section of the white up there. Obviously, there's a couple of gaps where I just need to put in some 1x1s, and then I need to figure out this area. Obviously needs to be attachable, but look like it's built into one another. If we go down here, it pretty much lines up. It's half a plate out, but at this point it's too late, so I'll just add a little step or something at the very end from where the steps come down. But I think that looks pretty sick just by itself, that bit. Any kind of angle I have from that looks really cool, so I'm happy with that. I need to finish off this area. I'm going to make this all white. I just couldn't at the minute. It's because of the way it was built. Obviously I've done this one, I just need to do that one, and then I'm going to have, obviously that will be seen, and then I'll use, you know, those angle bricks you can get on there, and then obviously it's just empty there, so I'll just kind of tile it up to that or something like that. I'm filming above my head right now, so I can kind of just about see what I'm filming. So I think that top section is looking super good as well. It's an angle that I don't think many of us have seen before, so I like how that's looking. Obviously just them tiles to get at the end, and then I can kind of link them up, get the step ladder out and build over there, get all them walls up and stuff, and then the kind of the top area is done. Need to do some roofs and obviously build the tower that goes there, that kind of connects and comes down there. So that'll be fun to do in further weeks, potentially this week, but it's currently Thursday. This is taking up most of the time, but I think that's a good amount of progress, to be fair. I just need to order those tiles, and then that means I can get those done next week. Same on the other side.
So sadly, that pretty much wraps it up for this week's segment. I do hope you have all enjoyed. I'm really happy with the progress that I got done. That rock work is looking so grand and just kind of juts out just the way I pictured it in my head, and looks just amazing. I think, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think it's just the right amount of detail and tile for it to look like rock, not like metal or just too flat, if that makes sense. So I'm really happy with how that is looking. So without further ado, make sure to please drop a like and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys.